Hello, this is Broyar, and welcome back to another episode of our Let's Play for F1 Manager 22 as we continue our worst to first run here. Very much likely going to be worst this first season out. I think Aston Martin has developed their car enough that they are better than us right now and will pass us in the next 6 races, which we have 6 races left. So I think that's going to happen. We'll find out. I do want to check something real quick. We've got 15 days on our rear wing, which will give us back 3 engineers. And then I can start on 2 more projects. I'm going to start another rear wing project as well as something else. We'll figure out. We've got 18 days until the next race. So we got plenty of time to get a couple more researches in. Let's go check our mail. We got some scouting done. High potential for Mr. Francesco here. Wow. A lot of teams voted for it. They actually like this. Wow. I mean, it's not going to make us a huge difference for us because either we'll just get the 35 million we're going to get anyway, or we'll get only $1 million less, but it's still something, right? Like, that's not great. Okay, well, sure. To be fair, I think this is for next season anyway, so it's not this season, but still kind of interesting that passed with so many people. I get it. Our top speed could be better. I 100% agree with you. We're just not there yet. Oh, speaking of drivers, let's get you a development point. I guess we'll go back to reaction. And then we can start swapping between reaction and adaptability, which will be good for those fun wet tracks we've had lately. Fortunately, the morale's not great on either of these guys. Hopefully we can keep them after all this work we're putting into them, you know. I guess that's it until our part finishes. Only a 51. Growth potential high. Growth, oh, we already knew his growth potential. I was like, why am I not seeing it? So we got Roman here. How long until our part thing comes out? Oh, it's right there, 27th. Gearbox poor condition, yes. Gearbox, okay, we definitely just swap yours. So that was car 1 here. Potentially our last gearbox. We technically could go back to gearbox 1 if we absolutely had to. Your gearbox looks like I can make 1 more race, I think. Alright, so that's that. Should have our part here tomorrow. Well, the research at least. Rear ring research done. We'll queue up another one immediately. Wrong one. New project research. So definitely want to do a rear wing. We're going to put in the rest. I mean, not the rest, but like half of the rest, I should say. And then we'll do 1 more part after that, which I'm not sure what we're going to do yet. We'll look in a second. So that's good. We want to go, I think high speed is what we've been going with. Because I think that's the thing that we're worst on overall. And then we'll put 2 engineers on that, confirm that. And then we're going to do, I guess, 1 more part. So chassis will help our top speed. Front wing will not, so probably not the front wing. Underfloor will not. It helps acceleration. I mean, don't get me wrong. These other things help other things, which are great. But I feel like we know engine cooling is going to be bad, but let's go with the chassis here. And we'll put the remainder of the hours in here. And we'll continue. Probably race performance. Yeah. I don't care about cooling. Yeah, yeah, I think race performance is where it's at. We're just, again, we're ignoring engine cooling this season. Maybe in the future we'll worry about engine cooling a bit more. But again, I don't like that reduction there. I think this looks good, actually. I think this looks good. Put 2 engineers on that. I genuinely don't know if any of this, how much of a difference any of this will make in the long run. How much of a difference is this research going to help us with for next season? It's hard to know. I wish there was a better way to see our car part expertise. But look, I mean, we're gaining some pretty big stuff here, right? Like, I don't know, I don't entirely know what all this means, but we went from 57 to 62. That feels like a pretty good big jump. 64 to 68 feels like a big jump. But again, I don't know ultimately what a lot of this means. So we'll find out again. Hopefully it makes more sense as I get further into it. Facility upgraded. There's our team hub. I would love to upgrade it further to continue to get more expertise for for experience for our staff, but that might have to wait until the future. Because yeah, we're way off on them funds. Well, we're about to get some more funds here in about 3 days. Anything like really poor right now? Nothing's like damaged right now. There, we're good there. We got a little bit more time in these. I think once they get down to about halfway is probably when I'll consider refurbishing them. Well, this is 15th. That would be nice. That would be nice. But it would have to be with both drivers, which is unlikely. We'll still play it out, though. We're going to play out the rest of the season and just try to do the best we can and not worry too much about it otherwise.
We're here at the Marina Bay Street Circuit and the Singapore Grand Prix is just about to start. The name Singapore means City of Lions, and this weekend Formula One will be roaring into action. The bumpy street surfaces here make this a challenging circuit for the drivers, and the humidity causes them to lose as much as 3 kilos over the course of a race. But it's also tough on the cars, with 23 corners to tackle each and every lap. Good low-speed downforce will make all the difference here. This is it. We're down to the last few races of the season, and it's time for that final push. Who will be crowned champion at the end of it all? We'll find out soon enough. So, without further ado, let's get started.
Alrighty. Very, I don't say curvy, but like lots of turns for sure. Lots of sharp, like angled turns. So this is, I can understand how this is probably not a high speed race at all. Okay, let's get into it. So my guess is we're going to need very low on the straights, but we'll kind of work that out as we go. I guess we'll start with that. I'm actually going to put it low because I can't imagine we're going to need it very, super, super high. I would imagine cornering and traction need to be pretty high, as well as braking. And probably, I would say pretty high in the oversteer, actually. Because the corners are pretty sharp. I would imagine we want to steer into them more. I would imagine, since it's not like gentle curves. So let's see, front angle. Let's push you up that direction. Push cornering up a bit as well. I'm really able to get what I want. It's funny that I'm literally pushing these all to the top here. Straights is a little bit off. I mean, it's about as good as we're going to get. I'm hoping, I don't know. We're going to start with that. It's a little weird. We're not quite to the edges that I would like, but I'm hoping it still shrinks up the windows enough that we can actually get a better understanding in the future of what we want. Straights, you're pretty much already where... No, sorry. We want to go the other direction on straights. Oh, did I do that wrong with you? No, we're good. We're good. So straights, we want you to be pretty low on the straights. Well, let's just try this, because I'm curious if yours is even close to where I want it to be. Not quite. Mm-hmm. I want the oversteer to be a little bit higher, though, to be honest. I feel like it needs to be, but I could be wrong. Not really getting what I want with this. I mean, it's gonna have to do like be pretty close to it. Oversteer's not quite where I was wanting to get to the edge, but we'll go with that. I'm guessing 20, 25 on both. Like, I don't think we did very good with this first run through. Way higher than I expected. Maybe I'm not completely crazy about what I thought the track might need. All right, so that definitely shrunk things up a lot, which is very helpful. So straights, I thought I pushed straights to the. Oh, they must have. So maybe they did adjust it during the run. Okay, because I was like, I'm pretty sure I put straights way over here. Cornering needs to be relatively close. Braking needs to be pretty far off. Oversteer should stay pretty close. Traction needs to kind of go pretty far off. I need the oversteer to come back. I feel like braking is not where I want it to be honest. In fact, I think this is the wrong direction. We're going to try that. Try that. Not sure if I'm super happy with it, but we'll see what happens. Okay, a couple greats, couple goods, and a bad. All right, fair enough. Not much I can do with the rear wing at this point, so we'll leave that one alone. Cornering, though. I want some of these to kind of stay pretty close to where they're at already. Like, these two in the middle should be pretty close. Like, not a huge jump. The oversteer needs to change a bit more, though, I think. So maybe we need do we really need minimum oversteer, you think? I'm not sure if I agree with that. Traction's way off from where it needs to be, though. Sure if I'm feeling this right now or not. I think we went the wrong way with oversteer. I could also be just wrong about what actually needs to be here. Not really getting the movement I want. I can't get the corner where I want it to be. We're gonna run with that and just see what happens. I can play with this all day and not really get those settings where I want them to be, but okay, we're getting there.
We return for the next day of...
So braking's optimal. Traction's still way off though. I think that's about as good as we're going to get to a change. We actually got a lot closer than this than I thought we were going to. It's really that cornering that's messing me up. I don't know how to fix it. I mean, that fixes it quite a bit, right? But then other things get thrown out of whack. Because then our oversteer gets thrown out of whack. So I don't like that. I mean, that's not bad if I can get the traction where I want it, but traction's not going to go where I want it without... This is the traction one, right? Maybe something like that. Actually, it's not that bad. Actually, that's not bad. That might work. We're so slow compared to everybody else. 97% and 87. So we're almost... We got max points for you. So honestly, any more adjustments are irrelevant at this point. We can still do it because why not? But not super relevant. Just braking and traction at this point. Maybe something like that. It's not much, but we'll see what it does. Oh, I meant to simulate the whole thing. They're so slow. Again, we have done nothing with our cars except next season. So, you gotta take it with a little bit of a grain of salt, I guess. We've literally done nothing to our cars. Okay, not literally, because obviously we've done something to our cars. So we actually got worse. So we can't revert anymore. Oh. Okay, that's the danger. If I feel pretty confident that we can make it better, there is a benefit of doing that. I actually made it worse. Oh, goodness gracious, I'm sorry. Hope that wasn't super, super, super loud. So that's good to know. Adjustments can be negative. I didn't think about it being negative because I thought we were actually doing okay. But honestly, it might even still be worth the risk to try and sneak that in just a smidge more. I think there was a good chance we could have gone up instead of down. All right, so this time we actually are going to select a strategy for once. So, well, it's not bad. I don't really like how early you swap to mediums, though. Or how late you swap to softs. We're going to do this for you, but I am going to edit this and pull this back quite a bit because we've got a lot of space there on the end. Something like that. And then for you, you're going to go the opposite, I think. But again, same thing. Really push this out quite a bit. Okay. Something like that. Oh, I didn't save it. There we go. Let the softs carry on a little bit longer. All right, that looks good. I'm okay with that, I think. Guess just for the start of the race, we'll at least kick those into high gear. All right, let's go.
We have clear weather. We're just moments away from the Singapore Grand Prix. It's lights out and away we go.
Kick into higher gear right away. Let's see if we can do anything here. Not expecting much, but worth a shot.
Without DRS.
So DRS is automatic, isn't it?
Race position
Right?
gained for Mercedes.
And I actually didn't know what DRS was, to be honest, until very recently. So DRS, I'll be honest, I thought that DRS was just a fancy name for ERS. But they are two completely different things. In fact, I see it now. DRS, ERS. I could two completely different sections. So the ERS is the battery, little bolt of or jolt of electricity to help you boost past somebody, whatever. DRS is the, if I go here, little gap in the wings here, apparently. Which you and everybody else watching, I may be the only person who's here that actually doesn't know what that is. But there's a little gap in the wings that you know, you can open up to reduce, I guess, drag to give you a little bit of boost of speed as well. And it only happens within, I think, when you're within within a gap of the person in front of you, a specified gap of the person in front of you. Which, now that I don't know exactly what that gap is off the top of my head. So yeah, that's my understanding of how that works. So anyway. So if we're not close to the people in front of us, we'll never see the DRS fire, right? Like if we're 10 seconds behind, it's irrelevant to us. But we're seeing it pop up here and there right now. A bit. I mean, we're right on Aston Martin's tail. I don't know what they did in the last race, but we're right there. I'm actually going to put you onto overtake on just you for now. I don't want you trying to fight to overtake your own driver at the moment.
We can take a look now. Okay, here's the Ferrari.
That was a huge slowdown. Oh my goodness, what just happened? It looked like they were just stopped, and all of a sudden, I guess there must have been a part on the field, on the track that they hit, and that flew up in there. I'm like, how did something just randomly fly in the air? Okay, interesting. Is there any point in making any changes here? I mean, I guess we can put another set of softs on instead, and still plan to change out at our current strategy. You're already on softs. We have to run mediums at some point, like it's required. So, honestly, I don't think we change your strategy. I mean, I guess we might as well change it into a set of softs, but we're still going to change the mediums when we need to.
That's another red flag. Copy.
It's a crash, and it's more than one car. Our race here resumes as we get back underway. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Only one car's out, so that didn't really help us that much. Still got you on overtake if you can, but
DRS is currently disabled. DRS is currently disabled. Use DRS. It's a good job.
like there's nothing for us to click here, right? Like this just happens automatically. In fact, if we go look at our car right now, it says DRS is going, right? So yeah, we see it open right now, right? And then here in a second, it'll close back up, right? There, it closed back up. Okay, so yeah, it is automatic. I was just making sure I didn't have to do anything. I was like, I don't think I have to click any buttons, but let's double check. You can actually start trying to overtake the guy in front of you now because it's not our own racer. You can go back to overtake if you can, because you're right on the guy in front of you's tail. All right, so they both did overtake. You're going to harvest. You're going to go back to neutral for... Well, actually, I'm going to have you harvest because you're not that far behind the guy in front of you either.
And a new position just gained by Williams.
All right, you're back up to 91%. Let's go back to overtake. Oh, you're 2 seconds behind. I thought you were closer than that. All right, so you're going to go to overtake. Oh, I should have not been pushing the gas that much. Oops. I think we'll still be all right. So you're 2 seconds behind, so actually overtake probably isn't helpful to you. If anything, I should harvest with you for a bit and defend the guy behind us. Yeah, so there you go. You need to go back to overtake if you can. You need to harvest some more.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
It crashes in this race for some reason. You guys pitting, we're still good.
Sounds like a few cars have crashed.
You're 4 seconds behind, you're 7 seconds behind, but both of you guys have guys right on your tail. So as soon as we can, we need to try to defend against that. So you just got fast again. Come on, get a little bit more DRS, or ERS, I should say. Oh, right to overtake.
Check the DRS.
You need to defend. You're harvesting at the moment, so not much we can do.
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
Just every time we don't have ERS, they pass us. All right, you're basically full. You can try and overtake again.
Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place.
All right, switch to... Oh, you're still harvesting. That's fine. I don't think you're going to get him, so let's switch back to harvesting. All right, good enough to harvest. Let's try and defend. Really need you to try and overtake here in a moment. We're going to go back to balanced. All right, come on. This is a bit of a fight right now. You're still harvesting. That's fine. All right, can you? I don't think you can overtake at the moment. I'm gonna put you on neutral for a bit, and then once we get a little bit closer, we might try and overtake. Truth be told, this might not be a bad time for you to pit. In fact, I think that's exactly what we're going to do. And you have to pit for mediums because we need that. It's a required tire. I mean, there's already a couple second gap, so we're not really fighting for much here. So I think it's fine to pit. Fortunately, you do need a pit still as well. We're going to hold off a little bit longer, though. Got us. Alright, once we get a little bit more battery, we're going to go back to overtake again.
It's a crash.
Alright, go back to overtake. Well, we got him, but we really need to pit soon. Let's just deploy. Let's just do a full deploy, see if we can close some gap here. Because if these guys are about to pit, we want to get as close to them as possible. I think we can go one more lap.
And a new position just gained by Williams.
We're very low. I think we're going to have to pit now. And we can come back out on softs. Because we've already done our mediums for this guy.
Lift and coast level 3.
I mean, if there's any pitting by these guys at all coming up, we might be able to catch them. All right, let's just dump it. Okay, yep. Dump is, I think, what I want. So, well, deploy. Same thing. You're still harvesting. We're just trying to close that gap because if they are about to pit, we want to make sure we have enough. We've caught up as much as we can before that happens. Same thing with you. Trying to close that gap. I don't know if these guys are going to pit. Goodness. A little surprised. Are they really going to run out on their tires? I mean, one of them's on hard, you know. Yeah, they're good. If they were going to pit, they would have pit by now. So I think they are... Man, that extra pit was costly. Guess we could have just come out on hards after that crash, and then we wouldn't have had to do any more tire changes. So that is a thing. Are we gaining any ground at all on them though? Can't tell if we are. We got 18 laps left. That's a lot of laps. Okay. I guess we're going to just keep this cycle going. I don't know if it actually makes a difference or not, or if it's better just to stay neutral the whole time. I don't think we've gained any ground on them. Yeah, that pit was costly. All right, let's just keep the cycle going. I'm just curious if it makes any difference at all. I don't think it does. I get it. Okay, I should turn off. I guess I could turn off those messages somehow. I don't need the recharge and whatever. I guess if I'm not paying attention, it's good to have. Oh, we just got passed. I'm surprised they caught us.
Haas with an overtake.
I mean, they are a better car. I guess I should be too surprised. Kind of within 12 seconds.
Position gained for Alpha Tauri.
It's actually not bad. I mean, we're dead down here at the bottom. I like how this is such delayed reaction. I'm already moved on to the next thing, my friend. You're so delayed. I'm going to change you to just an overtake because of the guys right in front of you. You're still trying to gain ground, and you have. You absolutely have gained ground.
DRS is currently disabled. DRS is currently disabled.
Now, we've shaved off 10 seconds, I think. There's not enough time left to make a difference, but we have shaved off time, which is cool to see. We might get one more overtake with you before the end of this. Alright, I think we have to go all out at this point. And you're too far behind, so it doesn't matter. So we're just going to push and deploy at this point with both of you guys. Let it roll all out. It's all good. I mean, we did some good things. Some not as great. That pit definitely cost us. But we did gain some ground afterwards, so I mean... If we had put on heavy hards or mediums, well, okay. If we'd put on hards or mediums like they did, they might have just been faster than us the entire time. The reason we might have been catching them leading up to our pit stop might have just been because we were on faster tires, We were on the softs when they were on mediums and hards. So I think either way, honestly, I think at the end of the day, the result would have been the same. I think going to softs had our best chance, just to try and catch them. And if we'd just been a little bit faster car, we might have been able to catch them. But I think pitting there was the right move. I think putting the softs on was the right move. Maybe it's hard to tell. I mean, hindsight, right? Really good race for him, though, right? Yeah. Impressive race for him, which was awesome. That's good to see. It's good to get some points for some of these guys. Even if we're not placing well, if we still have impressive races, we get our guys leveled up, and then eventually they're going to start, you know, catching some of these other guys. Oh, is that just our first race of the episode? Right? Yes. I forget which one. Yeah, Japanese Grand Prix is coming up. Yes, that was just the first race of the episode. Oh, man. Oh, I was going to go to the drivers real quick. Let's go here. I'd really like y'all's morale to get better. Just saying. Bump up your reactions. Yes, I realize we're dead last. We haven't done anything. Oh, that's good. Have high confidence. Honestly, Oliver here. Is he the one that's... I forget how old is he? Is he the 17-year-old? Yeah, he's a 17-year-old. As soon as we can get Oliver, I think we're getting Oliver. When's your birthday? I wish it told you the actual day of your birthday. Didn't say anywhere. You just have to guess. Alright. Yes, I know your contract ends soon. I really don't want to renew your contract, if I had to be perfectly honest. But honestly, it might just be easier to renew your contract than to try to find us another guy. And if I can renew it for like a year and that's it, hoping that we can get Oliver here in a bit, that might be the move. Honestly, can I get by with paying you a little bit less? Trying to think if there's a reason to not renew him. I don't think so. I think we still want to renew him. He doesn't like the number of seasons, really. I don't want to give you 2 seasons, though. I think we're going to let you expire and see if we can get something after that. All right, we're okay there. I mean, obviously gearbox is pretty bad, but I don't think... I think we're on our last gearbox that we haven't used yet. So once we finish this one, we'll have to go back to GB5 up here. And then if necessary, we'll have to buy a new part at some point. Is what it is. All these are still working. Do we have enough to do something with the facilities? I do want to bump both these up. Also, I wanted to bump... where was it? The team hub. Okay. We'll go with that, and then we'll come back to this stuff here in a bit. Wonder if we were supposed to have saved money for the end of season stuff. I don't know how much it's going to cost us to make next year's car and all the parts and stuff for that. Genuinely have no idea. So, we might have been shooting ourselves in the foot this whole time. All right, nothing here that's super relevant to us.
Konnichiwa from the Suzuka circuit in Japan. This unique track is a favorite home for motorsports, and it welcomes us back this weekend. Get ready for exhilaration and speed with the Japanese Grand Prix. Drivers will
Japanese
battle it out
Grand
this
Prix.
weekend on the snaking turns of Suzuka, the only figure-of-8 track in Formula One. High-speed downforce will be the name of the game here, if teams want to secure a place on that podium. With the season nearly concluded, time is running out for the teams. Can anyone make a last-minute breakthrough? Can the leading drivers hold on? Only time will tell. The weekend begins here.
Alrighty. Rain on race day. Fun times. Alrighty. Well, let's see if we can get this figured out. Well, I got 4 of them to the edge. I think that's going to be good enough. Got just about all of them to the edge. All right, try something like that. I feel like the straights might have been pushed too far, but we'll go with it. Actually, that might not be bad. Big moves on all of those. Probably a little bit more in the braking. Something like that might be fine. Ooh, 93. I'm getting there.
Hello and thank
All right, so just the oversteer, really. I mean, the other ones are not great, but oversteer is really the big one here that needs to move the most. We're gonna try that. You are virtually locked in. So traction, yeah, okay. Maybe that. $97. All right, you're definitely not touching yours, I don't think. I don't think there's any reason to touch this. We technically missed oversteer a smidge, but honestly 97 is great. And I'm not going to mess with it to make it worse. Yours, however, we will mess with because we can still find a way to get this. Obviously, the straights has to be the other direction then, right? And we know that traction has to be close to this line here, right? So I think we're going to go with that. I hope it's better. It's better than 72 is what we're looking for.
The time has come for these.
84. All right, we'll take it. We will take it. How many points does that give us? I actually don't know. I think we can go to reports, right? Still only 12 of 15, really? Oh well. I thought it would give us a little bit more than that. Alrighty, what are we going to do here? Looks like we have to change potentially 3 times. I think we will do that. We'll change you like that. And then we'll have you. We'll go with this one. Although that does mean they're changing at right about the same time. Lap 18, right? On that first one? No, you're changing at 16. That's fine. I'm changing you a little bit early. You a bit later. Are we actually going to do a strategy this time? We haven't had a strategy in couple races now because of the rain and then the crash last time.
We have beautiful. The drivers are warmed up. They're ready to go here at the Japanese Grand Prix. And it's lights out and away we go.
All right, let's get into this, guys.
Is that a new race position for Haas?
DRS is enabled.
You just spun. Well, stop it. Have you thought about that? Not
Just
doing
had a
that?
spin.
DRS is currently disabled. DRS is currently disabled.
Alpha Tauri gained a place.
Check the DRS.
So what DRS?
Further rain expected.
Copy.
Wow, it actually is going to rain. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, we knew that, didn't we? I didn't account for that with my strategy, but that's okay because we had to be dynamic anyway. I forgot it was going to rain today when I was setting up the strategy because I even mentioned that. Like, hey, we're not going to have to. We actually get to stick with the strategy for once. That is not the case. I mean, it's definitely going to be some level of rain from lap, 18, 19 on. So we definitely have to do something. So we're going to try and make it a little bit longer. And we'll change out here in just a moment. Alright, I'll turn my face cam off again so you guys can see the rain over there. So we're at 2 millimeters, so we're definitely at where we need some inners. So we're going to go ahead and pit with you. 2 meters. Oh, can you actually pit that quick? I doubt it. Do we want inters or do we want wets? I think we want inners. What are other people doing? One guy has done inners, but we're going to assume that he knows what he's talking about. I can't imagine you're going to be able to pit in 2 meters. In fact, let's go look at you.
Seems to be quite slippery.
Yeah, there's no way. I was going to say, there's no way you fit in 2 meters. You are... Actually, you're pretty far behind him. So I think we can do both pits now without double stacking them. Or maybe he's closer than it. Maybe
So
it's deceptive.
Just watch out.
How close they were? Do I not already have you pit? Did I not? Oh yeah, we're pitting, right? I think so. Yeah, we're pitting. Okay, I was just making sure. I was like, I'm not crazy. I mean, I am crazy, but... What are these guys pitting on? These guys go wet. I might have time to change this. Come on. Tell me. Do I have time to change it? 2 wets, an inner. I think we go wets. Okay, I think we see if we can change this real quick. I mean, they're both in pit lane at the same time, but I think they clear away from each other, right? Yeah. The other guy's gone. He's out, and this guy, yeah, I think that was fine. I mean, still maybe not advisable, but I think it's fine. Now we're still technically under on the rainfall. But everybody else was, well, I'll say everybody else. There were several other people that were coming out on wets, and I think it's going to get wetter. So that's my logic. Right, wrong, or indifferent. All right, let's go all out. See if we can gain some ground here or something. I mean, there's a little bit more than half are probably on inners, and the rest of them are on wets, so it's not like we're completely crazy to be on wets. And if it does get wetter here in a minute, then it looks like we'll be okay. There it comes. Come on. Make these wets worth it. Come on. I mean, it's borderline. We still might be okay on the tires we're on. Like, we might not be losing that much time. Can we tell? When we're losing a lot of time. And, of course, it's drying up again. I mean, it's going to get wet a couple times here. It's hard to tell. I don't know. Again, I'm really good in Motorsport Manager dealing with wets. I just don't have it figured out here yet. We have a ton of ground to make up.
Okay, it's a safety car.
We're going to ignore the pit, even though it is drier. But I guess we're going to go back down to balance for now and some harvesting.
Is that a lockup?
Guess this is our chance to actually try and catch up a little bit.
Oh, we've had a spin.
Safety car in this lap, so just prepare for restart.
All right, so we did catch up a little bit over here. That's something. I mean, Hauger is still way behind. I'm gonna have you start harvesting. We're pretty low on the tires. Let's drop it down to aggressive. I mean, the tire is still not good conditions for these wets. Did anybody else change back out? No, there's still several guys on wets right now. And we're starting to lose ground again. If it would just get wet for once, like, I'd be fine, right? But it's just, oh man, we are just tearing up these tires. I mean, it's about to get really wet for a couple laps, so maybe it'll be worthwhile for a couple laps. There we go. Now we're in wet land. Although it's drying back up again. Why are we way up there? Because the other guy's pit. Okay. Fair enough. We are so far down on our tires. I don't think we can salvage these tires. I think we're going to have to pit again at some point. See, now everybody had to swap out for wets. If for some way, by some miracle, we can keep our tires alive, we might actually be able to squeeze something out of here, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Run wide.
See, now it's too dry for the wets again.
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
Like, there's no way we get points, right? Like, these other guys are going to fly past us here in a moment. Plus our tires, we burnt them way too much, too fast. But they're not going to make it to the end of the race, I don't think. Argument can be made to go back to enters for the rest of the race. Of course, then we lose everything that we've got, but I think we're going to lose it anyway. Let's play it out. Let's see what happens. I haven't seen how bad the degradation is on tires that are pretty dead, so we might as well see what happens. Actually, you're not overtaking. You're going to be defending, if anything.
It's a race position gained from Mercedes.
Yeah, we expect Mercedes to pass
We've
us.
had a crash.
I mean, I think the tires are dead, right? So 12 laps left to go. Now, there are some other guys that have pit. Maybe we do pit. You know, why not? I think every answer is wrong. It's quite frankly what it is. And then you should be able to pit as well, honestly. Same lap. I don't think it'll make any difference whatsoever.
Check the DRS.
Copy.
So what DRS?
Oh, did someone run wide there?
I mean, the rain is down to 1.6 millimeters, so obviously enters are the right move for this moment. Oh, we can definitely go up to full-on attack at this point. So now we're 23 seconds behind the guy in front of us. We're going to go ahead and full-on deploy. You're too far behind as well. I don't think it's going to matter. At best, we might be able to... See, that's back to wet again. For how long? For the rest of the race. So it's going to be bad for the rest of the race. Ugh. Oh well, we tried. I'm just going to set you on neutral. You're fine. Push. Neutral. Just play it out. Let the rest of the race run now. Because there's nothing else we can do. We could have maybe stayed on the wets, but it's hard to tell sometimes.
I think there's been contact on the track.
Okay, there's a couple guys pitting, which is crazy. and this guy's way behind. Man, lots of crashes. I mean, as long as we don't crash,
I think
famous
someone's
last
gone
words,
wide.
we might actually be okay. I mean, 14th place finish, not bad. Would have been nice to get 14th with both drivers, but, or 14th, 15th, you know what I mean? But,
Joe, first over the line.
I mean, it's not bad. That's going to keep us right there where we need to be in 9th place.
A wonderful result here for the Williams driver.
That's really good driving overall. And maybe, again, I think we made mistakes, but it's hard to say sometimes. That more experience, more practice. No points, unfortunately, but we should still be good there. Yeah, good stuff there. Another development point. I was gonna say, even him, he had an okay race. All right, good stuff. All right, well, that's it for this episode. I mean, these episodes are going long, but we're getting some stuff in, I think. So we'll go ahead and put a cut in there when we come back. 4 more races, 2 more episodes for this season. See if we can squeeze out a little bit more something here and finish in 9th. 9th, I think, would be good. I'd be very happy with 9th. And we'll go from there. But I do appreciate you guys watching. May God bless you, and I hope you join me again next time. Thank you, and goodbye. I wanted to give a special shout out to the following channel members. Thank you so much for supporting the channel.